All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Matt and Colin show. I am Matt, and over in Ohio is, of course, Colin. In this episode, we are going to be talking about the top places you need to go drink your beer. And there is a brewery. Novel Strand Brewing is releasing a beer tribute to MF Doom. So, with
Hell yeah.
with all that being said, we will start the episode as we do every week, with it being us talking about the beer we're drinking tonight. I know Colin started last week, so we're going to let me start this week. And I am drinking from New Belgium, Voodoo Ranger, American Haze. Clocks in
America! Fuck yeah.
Exactly. Clocks in at a drinkable 5%. We don't have anything on the can to read, but it has hints of passion fruit, citrusy hops, and I honestly don't remember the other things, but it is mighty fine.
There's some America in it. They put a little bit of America in it.
Every
which is
sip
probably
I
just
get, I think I'm growing a pair of wings. I'm growing a pair of eagle wings in the back. Every sip I take.
You're like one of the birds of prey.
Exactly. What are you drinking up, bub?
Oh, probably should be drinking water, but no, I'm drinking.
Not a fan here.
What can I say? I'm a hydro homie at heart. I'm drinking a beer at a Muller Brew Barn. Actually, we have a local beer. At a Maria Stein. I'm sure all you guys have heard of it. They have a collab with a chocolate and coffee place called Winans, which I've just now heard about and looked up like 20 minutes ago. They have multiple locations. Apparently, you can get chocolate and coffees there. Sounds like something that'd be up my alley. It's called Winans Wordle, and what they did is they had a little, pun with Wordle and Turtle, because Turtle like the chocolate candy. It's a whole fun thing they're doing. I just got the joke very recent after I bought the can. But it says it's a nut brown ale and has notes of pecans, caramel, and chocolate, like a Turtle would have. It's 6.3%, so it's a little up there, but it's not bad. You could taste all the kind of the caramely chocolate up front once you take the first sip, and it's like a brown ale, so it's not really heavy like and the stouts and porters usually have when you have all the same kind of flavors. So it's kind of a little bit milder, so I like it.
Yeah, I was going to say, honestly, it kind of sounds like a dessert beer versus like an actual, like you said, porter or a stout. It tastes like something you would want like maybe after your meal. Like you already had your beer
it's a nice
for
finish.
the meal.
Yeah, it's a nice finisher. I agree with that. So yeah, I would recommend this one if you like a brown ales in general, because the only other brown ale I can remember, I've had two other ones, maybe just one other one. Newcastle has a brown ale that I had a while back and I really liked, but since then they changed the formula because they got bought out and blah blah blah. But I haven't had it since then. But the old Newcastles, they used to be pretty good.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I've ever had a beer from Newcastle.
I think they're from. It's English. It's from England. The beer is, but it's like it's distributed. It's distributed over here.
Okay.
But it's a pretty readily available one. They might have some at Kroger, honestly, I think, but I don't know. I can't for the life of me remember. But it used to be good. I had it like 5-6 years ago. I'm dating myself, making myself sound super old, but yeah, it was just like it was pretty easy drinking brown ale if you ever had one, but good beer.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
and literally until this weekend, I think the first time I ever had a porter was when I sent you that picture of one,
Right.
and
Right.
that was a complete mistake. And I mean, it was a good mistake for sure because I enjoyed the beer and it definitely, I was like, you know what, maybe these aren't the devil. Like maybe I can handle a couple of these, not all the
Right.
time, but I can definitely
No.
handle a couple of them here and there. So yeah, I'm
Oh, for
excited
sure.
about it.
Those dark beers are definitely one of those things that you just drink one of or after a meal and just kind of like it's a finisher. Not really
Yeah.
one you want to drink a shit ton of.
Nah, they're heavy and they're high
Yeah.
gravity.
Yep.
Usually,
For
like
sure.
that's why I was so confused with mine. It clocked in like a 4.7, and it was so low on the IBUs. I was just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, like give me that. I'm thinking I'm about to get like a pilsner or a blonde ale or something. Comes
Right.
back the most opposite thing I could ever imagine.
Right. Well, that's what
But
these brown ales are a little bit like they kind of have the same kind of characteristics as those porters and stouts, but they're a little bit lighter, not as heavy, and they
okay,
have a little bit more of a nutty flavor to them as this one shows.
uh,
Anyway, what's on the
yeah,
docket, Matt?
sounds
We get
good,
things get
honestly.
things going.
Yep. So I know you want to talk about the MF Doom beer, so we're gonna hold that for later. But
Okay.
we'll start off with the top places to go try slash just if you're a craft beer enthusiast, these are the places that the internet has told me that you need to go to. So
The
starting
internet
off,
says it. It has to be
so
true.
it's got to be true. Starting off, we are going to Asheville, North Carolina.
All right.
And it says over the last decade, Asheville has established itself as one of the country's meccas for craft beer enthusiasts. When visitors
Oh.
arrive in the foothills of Blue Ridge Mountains, they'll have their pick of delicious product, as over 20 craft breweries can be found here. Many of the city's best offerings are located in the South Slope neighborhood, also known as my favorite word ever, Brewery District.
Ooh.
Yeah, an old industrial pocket of town that's been on the rise of lately. For a historic stop on the beer crawl, check out the Highland and their juicy IPAs, or Green Man, who have their own
Green
selection.
man.
Yeah,
Green
who
man.
have their own selection of hoppy ales. Both establishments were founded in the mid 90s and have been pioneers when it comes to Asheville's impressive ascent up the craft beer rankings. So, I don't know anybody in North Carolina as of right now, so might be on the farther end of my list, but
Right. Right.
sounds like a nice
Was
place
there
to
any of
go.
the Was there any of the kind of any nationwide distribution ones that are from there? I don't know. Any, have you,
Nothing I've read out of it.
oh,
A lot of
okay.
these seem to be a little bit smaller, maybe just like in the southern district type idea. I
Okay.
mean, I'm very far away from North Carolina. You would have a
Yeah.
definitely better chance to find them than I would.
Right. That's fair. I
But
Oh,
continue.
you can keep going.
No, you
Yeah, you
good.
can keep going. Sorry.
Okay,
Well, I was
okay.
just gonna say, like one of the main breweries I've ever wanted to visit was Dogfish Head, and I think they're out of Connecticut, if I remember
Okay.
right, or maybe it was Delaware. It's somewhere in the New England area, but
Yeah.
Dogfish Head would be one of those like, because I've always liked all of their stuff, and like we talked about earlier, Mad Tree would be a really cool one to visit down in
Yeah,
Cincy.
actually, I've read that Maine, it has a really good craft beer scene.
Really
Yeah, you would.
interesting.
Yeah, I would never think that,
There
but
really there really isn't anything else to do there, so that makes
exactly. Yeah, I
sense.
mean, they're just like
Besides,
fuck it, man. Drink some
seafood and
beer.
beer probably.
Yeah, I bet their seafood is probably good. It's all beer battered and everything.
Oh man,
I'm not one
those
for
are some
seafood, but I
those are
love
some
beer
trigger
battered.
words.
Yeah.
Some
Uh,
good stuff there. Anyway,
yeah, the next on the list is a place we know very well. Good old Queen City. Do, you know what Queen City is, right?
um, what's that?
Cincinnati, Ohio, bud.
Cincinnati. Yeah. Okay. Dude, I don't remember the fucking names. I was. Yeah. Okay.
But
The fucking natty, dude. I just refer to it as the natty, or
uh,
I
it
honestly
says,
did not remember that.
in a way, Cincinnati is a city built on beer. You heard, oh, what the fuck? Back in the 1800s, a flood of German immigrants landed here, bringing with them their dearest drink. These days, Cincinnatians still adore their ancestors' treasured beverage. Outside of Munich, the world's largest Oktoberfest takes place here in Cincinnati.
Now, Matt. If you remember right, didn't we go to Cincinnati at one point?
We did, yes. Back
And
for
now,
Bunbury.
and now, wasn't this true? We went to a place called the Hofbrauhaus, right?
I do believe so, yes.
Now,
Very German. The
wouldn't
most
you
German
say
thing
there
I've
was
ever been to.
wouldn't you say there was a picture everyone could see of us being at this place?
Yeah, we could. I'll throw it up there.
I was doing a bit because it's literally the logo of the
Yeah.
podcast. that
I
was
will-
us at the Hofbrauhaus in Cincy.
Yeah, it was definitely a good time. I'll make sure Brad's
Oh,
still cropped out of it, just in
Yeah,
spite. But
as it should be.
yeah, it was a
Oh,
great
those
time.
beers are
And like
so
I said,
good.
yeah,
Those
it
beers
was
are
the
so good.
most. Didn't we all get like a banana beer or some crazy shit that night? Or
I
that
think
day?
you guys did. I think you guys got the banana ones or some banana like noted one, and then I had like
Yeah.
a darker amber one maybe.
Okay, yeah. But like I said,
If I
that was the
remember.
most German thing I've ever been to in my life. And all I remember is telling you guys, I feel like that episode of Family Guy where everybody just smashing their glasses on the
I remember
table.
you had us do that.
They're just
yeah.
like, you just gotta do this. Like, I don't know why, but I feel like I have to. So Cincinnati is definitely a place that has brought many joy. What? Has brought much joy to us. Which this one is kind of a surprise to me because I just didn't know. Like, I thought they were doing some other things, but Denver, Colorado.
Oh,
It
I believe
says,
it.
yeah,
Yeah, I
like
believe it.
I mean, when I thought about it, I was like, yeah, I could see this because like when I went there, I was still a little underage, so I couldn't like go out and do
Right.
things, but there was a lot of breweries around. I will say that.
Right.
So do you have any input on Denver, Colorado being a cool place to go drink beer at?
Do I have any input on it?
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to go and visit sometime.
Yeah, it is a
I feel like there's a
lovely
lot
place.
of probably. I feel like there's probably a lot of unique ones over there. I mean, if you like, the more you like try the different craft beers in each kind of like different section of the U.S., I think you're gonna get a lot of variety.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Just like,
With a lot of I would say with a lot of like the different resources and different waters and different, just like climates of like how hops are grown, even though they probably get them all over the United States anyway. But I'm just saying, like, in general of local stuff, I think it would be there's a lot of variety in each part.
yeah, I agree 100% because that just like I've heard of that before. Like we have out here West Coast IPAs, like they're made with a special hop that's only grown out in the West Coast because of the climate that we have versus the East Coast. And I assume it's the same way back home. I know, like, I think Bell's, or there's a place up in Michigan that actually grows their own hops, and it's like just unique to that specific brewery and that location. So I definitely it's I've never had a beer there, but I definitely would just to see what it tastes like to drink on some Mile High hops.
Yeah.
But on to the next place, a place I have grown very fond of here recently, Seattle, Washington.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's just a small little podunk town up here in the good old Pacific Northwest.
No.
It says beer
Sounds
bars.
promising.
Sounds promising. Trust me.
Yeah.
The last fucking 45 days, it felt like it has rained and been cloudy.
I mean, that is the whole thing. That is the
Yeah.
whole joke about that city.
Yeah, but I think by March time, sun's going to start popping out a little bit more, and it's going to be goddamn beautiful.
Hope so, man. Cause I'm pretty sure next week, at the beginning of the week here, at least, it's gonna be like fucking 10 degrees. So, so stupid.
So Seattle, Washington is another great place to call home for your beer. Yeah, we'll go with that. It says beer bars are popping up in Seattle like spring flowers. It's a beautiful sight to see. While exploring Seattle's beer scene, you'll be treated to the famous West Coast hops, whose bitter, citrus-infused, and fruity flavor characterize your favorite IPAs. Like, that's just me in a nutshell right there. But no matter what your palate prefers, finding a refreshing pint won't be hard in the Emerald City. Stroll through the different neighborhoods like Ballard, which is just north for me, and then good old Capitol Hill, where I live, and that is also resides. We got Elysian Brewing, we got Optimism Brewing, and Red Hook Brewing, all in this small 3-mile borough. I don't know if that's the right word. I think corridor, I think, is actually what it is. I live in a
We'll
corridor.
lock it in. We'll lock it in.
Lock it in for 200, Jerry.
Yep, someone says that.
But so out of those places, which one is the
Yep.
first on your list? We got Asheville, Cincinnati, Denver, Colorado. Well, no, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Denver, or Jesus, San Diego, or Seattle.
Well, shit, dude. Oh man. I mean, I definitely wouldn't mind trying to. I mean, I don't know. Those are all tough because they're all very different places in their own right.
That's what I was about to say. It kind of makes each place like it's each place
Because
is
there's
so
that
far
one
away
point-
from the other one.
Right.
It
Well,
has
because
its
at one
own-
point, do you go down to Cincy where you like the beers from, or do you go to like, San Diego where at least it's warm and there's gonna be breweries all over the United States I'm gonna like, and so I don't if I just had to pick one, I think it'd probably be Colorado, just for the whole just to visit, just to see the Rockies and see the whole going out west thing. Because I would say Seattle, but I'm probably gonna end up going there eventually.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, honestly, I definitely do want to. I would say on my list, I would probably say Denver as well. Denver or San Diego, just because San Diego's a little bit closer. But Denver, like, I would love to go back there and actually be of age and really get to experience the whole thing. Because when I was there just for a few days, forever ago. Like, I don't know, 6 years ago, something crazy like that. It was just, it was cool. Like, you saw the mountains, and it was just super nice, super pretty.
Right.
And I would love to go back out and see what's going on with it and their beer scene.
What happened?
But so that is the list for the top, I don't know, 6, 7,
6 or 7? Yeah, something like that.
top 7 places to go take your craft beer experience to a new level.
Hell yeah.
And now we will get on to what Colin has been waiting for such a very long time, to hear this news about the new beer tribute to MF Doom by Novel Strand Brewing.
Okay.
So it is Novel Strand Brewing is a brewer.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're just like a local thing out of Colorado. I don't even know if it's Denver, but the brewmaster there he's a longtime hip hop fan, and his name is Tamir Dannon.
Okay.
He wanted to pay homage to to MF Doom, who he felt influenced hip hop artists and helped get a lot of people into the genre dating back to the early 90s. Dannon wanted to ensure that the focus of the brand remains on the artist's lyrics and talents. So on the back of the label, he worked with an artist to transcribe the lyrics of MF Doom's song All Caps.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say One Beer by him, because like that would be kind of funny.
Yeah.
All Caps is a great song.
Yeah, so he did the song with all caps with emphasis on particular words to translate the way it should be sung. He says, quote, "All Caps is one of my favorite tracks by Doom. It felt fitting to use the track as a beer name since that's how he wanted his name stylized, in capital letters," said Dan, end quote. The idea is not to monetize his death, but we were inspired by his career, and in my mind, if he were to be alive, he'd appreciate this style. So I feel like they're doing good here. Like, this is a full-on tribute. They're not monetizing his death, which that's good. You hate to see stuff like that. But the beer clocks in at a 8% ABV. It's an unfiltered hoppy ale with Citra, Galaxy, and Riwaka. I know I fucked that up. Hops. Deceptively smooth, all caps, isn't weighed down by the vicious, milky nature that can sometimes be associated with the unfiltered styles. Instead, the hops truly shine through, imparting bright bursts of peach, mango, and lychee, and a finishing smooth without any residual boozy burn. So, anybody
I'm also gonna be really honest with you. I don't know the differences when you say different kind of hops names, and when all the breweries do that on their bottles. Like, oh, we use this and this kind of hops in a beer. Like, I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know different kind of hop strains or what the fuck. I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea either. Like, you could be like, this is Galaxy hops. This is Citra hops. It'd be like that meme with Pam, and then she says, they're the same thing.
This is the same picture.
Yeah. But that'd be me. I'd be like, yeah, this is a good beer. Like, you would
It's
not.
like
You wouldn't.
The other
be
thing
able
on
to
The
tell me the
Office I just
difference.
remembered. Well, the same kind of joke off The Office I just kind of remembered was the when Dwight or whoever had like found marijuana or had like a drug test, and Creed was just like, "Oh yeah, that's you know sativa like like
Oh yeah.
Northern Lights or whatever." He named the strand, and
Yeah.
Dwight's like, "No, that's marijuana." I don't
Yeah.
know what reminded me. That was pretty. That was a funny ass scene.
The Office is good. The Office is
It's got
good.
some hits, man.
Speaking of The
Slightly
Office,
overrated, but it's pretty. It hits.
yeah, I could see it being a little overrated. It just got kind of a little bit of a cult following.
Yeah,
But did you
it's the new. It's
see?
the new Friends.
It's the millennial Friends.
Yeah. Well, I think How I Met Your Mother might be the millennial Friends.
But that one just didn't. Man, that's a great one.
I love How I Met Your Mother. Great show.
Yeah.
Great show. But I feel like that's the millennial version of Friends, though. About the MF Doom beer, yeah, I think it's a cool little. I think it's a cool fucking send out for him. I mean, it's hopefully it gets his name out there a little bit more, so more people could recognize, how great of an artist he was, and how really super influential on most rappers. Maybe not maybe not like directly, but maybe mostly inadvertently, how it affected a lot of rappers today. A lot of old school or like more older rappers like take a lot of influence from him and his style, but I don't know.
Nah,
You can kind of hear influence in every like every little thing you hear.
yeah, you really can. And when I saw that article, I was like, this would be perfect for Colin,
Right.
because I do believe you were the one who showed me MF Doom, and I was like, this
That
dude's
shot, that
fucking
had to be a
sweet.
fucking that had to be a forever ago, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, like probably. I
Yeah,
don't
that
know.
long ago.
Yeah, forever ago.
That,
Mm.
but yeah, I was really sad to hear his passing and everything.
Yeah, and it was crazy because we heard about it like 3 months after it happened.
Yeah, and they just made it public. Yeah.
And I mean, it didn't surprise me because that dude literally has been the only person I've ever known in my entire life to actually be able to hold a persona.
Yeah.
And like nobody ever knew who he was. Like,
Well, they knew his actual name.
we knew the name,
They just
but
didn't know if he was
didn't know
actually like
didn't know shit about him.
he had a pretty private life, is like what
Yeah,
we're down to.
yeah, and that just it was a dude that just cared about making music. He didn't care about anything else.
Yeah.
And
He was
made
like he
some
committed.
great music.
I mean, he was just like he was one of those dudes that I respect. Like, it's crazy because he built a whole character around his persona. Like, he had like backstories. He had really in-depth character like development and like world building in his raps, and that's what
Yeah.
was really cool. And he could
Yeah.
like throw together anything effortlessly.
Yeah, you told me he had different personas even, correct? Like King Ghidra?
King Godidra, he had Victor Vaughn, he had there was
Okay.
he had collabs like with Danger Doom and like and Madlib with Mad Villainy. It's just like his he's done a lot of stuff, and there's definitely not a short of content to check out.
Yeah, definitely not. And you could spend hours on hours just talking about MF
Yep.
Doom and his music. So we'll let the people talk the hours and hours, because we've hit that point in the episode where it is over. We've run out of stuff to talk about for this week. Hopefully it's long enough. It probably will be. But as always, thank you for watching. Or wait, yeah. Some of you watch it, some of you listen to it. Thank you for doing both of those. Make sure to like the video, subscribe for more content, and leave a comment to tell us what to talk about next week. Other than that, we'll see you next Saturday.